Hello and welcome to another update video about Natgas. So Natgas really wants to max out here what is possible in this B wave. I'm still at the moment counting it as an ABC correction here to the downside within a B wave. B waves can be very long. They can max out possibilities. You can even get overshooting B waves to the downside. And that is what makes a B wave so difficult. What we have to do, we have to remain focused on the downside as long as we stay below the descending trend line. We haven't had so far a breakout, right? Which is unfortunate because ideally I would like to see this C wave to the upside, and I'll leave the count onto the chart on the chart as long as it's still likely. In my opinion, it is still a likely option to get that C wave here to the upside, but again, we need to see that break above the descending trend line. So far, we're forming here possible double bottom, but again, we haven't yet seen an impulsive rally, and that is what we would need to see for confirmation to the upside. And that would be a rally in a C wave, ideally, then eventually reaching to at least $3.20. We discussed those targets in a previous video. It depends on how deep this wave for retracement eventually will be. But the, let's say, minimum I would expect is 320. Now, markets don't really have to do anything, right? So it's not like it has to go to 320, but we talk here about likely scenarios, talk about likely structures. And if we talk about the most probable outcomes, if that C wave starts, and at the moment we have no evidence it has, but if that C wave starts, it should reach 320. Now, at least in terms of the retracement targets for the fourth wave, what would be the extension targets? Because that's the other way around to measure a target. We can take here the length of the A wave. We go to the low of the B wave. And here we can take a look at key targets, and the 1.618 extension, which is an ideal target for a C wave, would take it to $3.30. So that's pretty much in line with that 320 target, yeah. And we just need to see how we react in that region. If we get there, we have to first turn around. At the moment, we haven't. So the thing is, condition would be that we break above that descending trend line. If we then create an impulse, we can rally higher. Unfortunately, it has pulled back so much that this has not become this is not anymore really a reliable setup to the upside. But as soon as we have the first 1-2 setup, it becomes again another attractive long setup. At the moment, we've pulled back more than it would be ideal in a B wave. So for me, it's a bit like probabilities for a direct breakdown in a wave 5 increase. So the idea that we're already in the fifth wave, but we're not there yet, right? So we need to keep options open at the moment. It has certainly retraced deeper than it would be ideal for a wave B. So that means probabilities again for a short wave 4 have increased. I'm just not ready yet to change the count. I'm just not ready yet, but we know about the potential. I showed you in a previous video already the possible wave count here, the possible bearish wave count to the downside, and that would obviously require continuation along the descending trend line below it ideally. And ideally an increase in negative momentum to the downside. And I wouldn't rule out, if we already are in the wave 5, I wouldn't even rule out to talk about possibly the $1 level as a target, but that would really be an extreme target. So it's really all about, do we hold support here or not? And yeah, we need to be watching that trend line. So again, how would the bearish count look like? Just to recap, so we talk here about a possible 1-2 setup that occurred here back early in March. And we would, based on that, still be in a third wave. There should be a fourth and a fifth wave afterwards. Within that third wave, we had here a 1, a 2. The third wave is also probably still unfolding, a fourth and a fifth. So that should just have an idea of how this could unfold, right? This would be the bearish count. It would certainly directly head down further, but only really if the fourth wave is already finished. Again, that fourth wave was a bit too shallow for me to consider it likely being finished. But yeah, we're really sitting on the fence here because this as a fourth wave was too weak. not invalid, but too weak to consider it likely. And then again, if we consider the wave 4 is still ongoing, that B wave also came down a bit deeper than it would be ideal. So it is challenging at the moment out there, right? So could this move down be finished? Yes, it could be as well. If I'm considering this C wave here of the larger B wave as a 5-wave move, then I can count that, well, I would probably actually rather put the B wave here. Let me see, move that B wave to here. And that gives me the possibility to count the move down as a nice 5-wave move. 1, 2, and then I would say we probably had here the, let me see, this could have been the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3, 4, and then 5, yeah. So you have a possible 5-wave move down complete, but so far not any impulsive price action to the upside. So it's tough, yeah. Just need a bit of patience here. We're just moving sideways. We have been moving sideways since Tuesday, really. Not really any significant progress in the chart. So maybe the week will bring us clarity. Until then, I don't really see a clear setup at the moment, unless you want to trade it short as a pullback to the trend line, going short from there. But as soon as the trend line breaks, I think we need to be ready for potential upside. Yeah, I need to keep options open here. Either way, the short-term trend is down. The medium trend is down as well. So as you know, I'm still waiting eventually for one more low for Natgas anyway. The question is just, do we see this C wave of the wave 4 first? And for that, I want to see a breakout above the trend line with following, progress to take out those resistance levels which are along the way, which we're going to talk about if we see any action. Or if the wave 4 is already done, then we probably do that straight away. Showed you a bearish count for that, but yeah, at the moment we're sort of directly in the, very, very deep in support, in the pivot, in the decision area. And yeah, let's see if the market finally can give us clarity so we can get a clearer setup again. Setup, for example, to the upside would be if we get an impulse, a wave 1 off wave C, the wave 2 pullback could then become another entry point. Alright, that's my update about Natgas. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.